Good morning students. So in our last video we had studied only the first page of this lesson, that is a book of simple living. Today we start from page number 44. We start from the third para. The leaves are a fresh pale green in the spring rain. I can look at the trees from my window, look down on them almost, because the window is on the first floor of the cottage and the hillside runs at the sharp angle into the ravine. So these are the lines that Ruskin Bond is writing when he is sitting beside his window, and his room is on the first floor. So when he looks at the trees, he is above the trees, so he can look down upon the trees. So as you are on the first floor and you watch the tree, you are on the higher side. That's why he is saying that look down on them almost. He has to look down to look at the trees. And what else can he see? He can see the hills running and taking angles into the ravine. Ravine means valleys. So when the hills form valleys, it turns into different angles. I do nearly all my writings at this window seat. Whenever I look up, the trees remind me that they are there. They are my best critics. So most of the writings, as you know, Ruskin Bond is a writer. He writes stories for children, and where does he do all his writings? Near his window sit. He pulls his chair near the window, and there he writes mostly all his writings. And he can see the trees. He is personifying the trees here. He feels as if they are some people, some person who are his critics. Critics are those people who find out the good points and the bad points in your work. So they are the reviewers. Okay. So he takes the trees as his critics, and he says that till I am writing, I know that trees are looking at me. That's why I avoid the thoughtless and the trivial. Means when I am writing, when I feel that trees are watching me, so I try to write good material. Okay, I do not write thoughtless things and trivial things because I feel that trees are watching me. Who is saying this? The Ruskin Bond in his diary. Opening the window at night. Now again he is describing the night time. Opening the window at night, I usually had something to listen, the mellow whistle of the pygmy outlet or the cry of a barking deer which had scented the proximity of a panther. So as he lives in a hill station, so there forests and jungles are very nearby. So at night he can hear the sounds of owlet, means small babies of owl. And also what else he can hear? He can hear the barking sound of the deer who are scared by the panthers. Deer who feels that panther is nearby, that time it makes a very strange kind of noise. That is called cry of a barking deer. So when it feels that panther is nearby, it takes out a strange noise. All this he can hear from his window at the night time. Some sounds I could not recognize at the time. They were strange night sounds, and I know now as the sounds of the tree themselves, scratching their limbs in the dark, shifting a little, flexing their fingers. Great trees of the mountains, they know me well. They know my face in the window. They see me watching them as I did then, watching them grow, listening to their secrets, bowing my head before their outstretched arms and seeking their benediction. So what he says, that when he used to hear the sounds from his window, some he could recognize and some sounds he could not recognize that time, but now he knows that those sounds were of the movements of the branches of trees. But as he considers the tree as living person, that's why he says limbs. Limbs means hands and legs of trees, fingers of trees. To the branches, he is calling the branches as limbs and fingers of trees, because he considers them as some person. And he also says that trees know my face because they see me through the window, and I also know them. Why? Because I have seen them growing. When you grow a tree, earlier it is smaller, then afterwards it grows taller than you. So Ruskin Bond has also seen these trees growing in front of him. Then he has also listened to their secrets, means all over the time when the trees were growing, Ruskin Bond had watched them making their noises. And bowing my head before their outstretched arms, means when you bow your head in front of your elders, what do? They outstretch their arms. वो हाथ आगे बढ़ाते हैं और आपको blessings देते हैं. Benediction means blessings. So the trees outstretch their arms, and the poet, the writer Ruskin Bond, he seeks their benediction, means he takes their blessings. Sometimes there would be a strange silence. So sometimes when the night is very peaceful, no wind is blowing, that time there is a strange silence. And what you can see at that time? Only the moon among the trees. And as this is a hill station, so which trees are grown here? Deodar trees. So he could see moon between the deodar trees. And there was light snowfall by morning, just enough to cloak the deodars for an hour or two before it all melted away. So C-L-O-A-K, this is cloak. Cloak means a long coat kind of dress which is worn in hill stations. So when there is snowfall, the whole deodar tree is covered by snow as if it has become its cloak, and it will also melt away in an hour or two as the sun rises. Man cannot help but live in conformity with his nature. His subconscious is more powerful than his conscious mind. What he wants to say through these lines is that man has to change himself according to the nature. As you do in summer season, you dress up accordingly, you eat your food accordingly. In winter season, you wear woolen clothes, you use warm things, because nature will not change. You have to adjust yourself according to it. That is what he is saying, that man has to live in conformity with his nature. A bright young schoolgirl once asked me, so as Ruskin Bond mostly meets children, so in one of those meetings, a schoolgirl asked him, "Sir, what is your philosophy of life?" That means, what is the way you live your life? What are your rules for your life? She had me stumped. Should I tell her that I had just bumbled along? Would I disappoint her if I said that I was old but had no wisdom to offer? So she had stumped means when you watch a cricket match. So what happens? Stumped means getting out. So her question was like a ball which has made the player out. That means Ruskin Bond had no answer to this question. The girl had asked him, what is your philosophy in life, and Ruskin Bond had no answer for this. So that's why he is saying that she had me stumped, because Ruskin Bond had no particular philosophy for his life. So he had no idea whether to tell this girl that he had no philosophy of life. Would the girl be disappointed by this answer? Because when you are talking to such a big personality and an old person, you expect that old person will surely have lots of wisdom, lots of wise things to tell you. But if you do not get any such wise things from them, you will be disappointed. But finally he decided to tell her the truth. The truth was that he had no particular philosophy of life. So he told the girl this answer. But after telling this, he himself was lost in thoughts that should he have any philosophy of life? This morning I was pondering on this absence of a philosophy or religious outlook in my makeup and feeling a little low because it was cloudy and dark outside. Now again in this para, it is the next day. It is morning time, it is dark and cloudy outside, and even dark and cloudy inside the writer's mind, inside his heart. He was not sure. So when you are not sure, you start feeling dark and cloudy. Then the clouds broke up and the sun came out, large yellow splashes of sunshine in my room and upon my desk, and almost immediately I felt an uplift of spirit. So these lines has double meaning. One meaning is that the weather was cloudy and then Suddenly the clouds broke up, बादल जो है वो छट गए, and sunshine started coming inside his room and he felt good at heart. So one is according to weather, another meaning is that he had confusion, darkness inside his mind, inside his soul. But suddenly when he got the idea about himself, about his philosophy of life, he was feeling like a sunshine inside himself. So at the same time I realized that no philosophy would be of any use to a person so susceptible to changes in light and shade, sunshine and shadow. I was a pagan, pure and simple, sensitive to touch and color and fragrance and odor and sounds of every description, a creature of instinct, of spontaneous attractions given to illogical fancies and attachments. Now these has a very deep meaning, but no need to go so deep inside the meaning. Simple meaning is that the best philosophy, the best way, the best rule to lead your life is change yourself according to the situation. If there is sadness, you have to adjust according to it. You have to think that one day the sadness will go away. You have to try to come out of your sad feelings. And if there is happiness, you have to be happy according to it. A person who adjusts in life according to the situation in which he is put, जैसा भी situation हो आपको अपने को उसके according ढाल लेना चाहिए. So the best philosophy to lead life is this. This is what finally Ruskin Bond says in this para.